So the Chicago Bears are expected to sign kicker Cairo Santos after he clears COVID protocol. So what does this mean for their current kicker, Eddie Pinheiro? I talk about all that and more. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan and you are not subscribed, I do not know why you are not, but you need to. So go ahead and subscribe because I do bring you the latest and greatest with the Bears. So breaking news. Okay, Adam Schefter just tweeted that Cairo Santos is expected to sign with the Bears. So this really came out of nowhere, left field, and I'm not quite sure what to make of it, but I do have some thoughts. So let's talk about that. But real quick, before I do, make sure if you're not following me on my social media, Twitter is where I found the news, by the way. You should follow me on there. And follow me on my Instagram, all that good stuff. Let's get into the video. So as I mentioned, this is literally breaking news. I just got the tweet and I'm giving you guys my reaction right as it happens. Okay, so my quick thoughts what is going on with Eddie Pinheiro? Because something is up. Okay, I'm not quite sure what it is, but I know something's up, right? This is one of those situations where you just have a gut feeling something's up. You don't know what it is. Obviously, you're guessing, but you know something's wrong. And that's why I think with Eddie Pinheiro, something is there that we don't know about. And this is signaling to me that there is more than meets the eye with Eddie Pinheiro. Now, here's the thing. This offseason, the Bears brought in Ramiz Ahmed to compete with Eddie Pinheiro. They ended up cutting him, as I expected. And Eddie Pinheiro, everybody thought, and all signs had indicated, that he was going to be our kicker going into the season. But now, in training camp, Matt Nagy's been pretty mum about him. He's given non-answers when asked about Eddie Pinheiro. Apparently, the reporters haven't even seen Eddie Pinheiro kick in practice, okay, in training camp. So, what the heck is going on? We don't know. Is he hurt? Is he dealing with something? Is it a personal matter? Who knows what it is? But now the Bears have signed Cairo Santos. And here's the thing. Because we don't know what's wrong with Eddie Pinheiro, all we can do is speculate. And here's what I'm going to say. I think the Bears are still not sold on Eddie Pinheiro. And they are trying to sell themselves on him, but they just can't. And so they're trying to bring in somebody that will convince them more that they don't want to be sold on Eddie Pinheiro. And so Cairo Santos is a guy who's a veteran kicker. He's actually a very good kicker. And he won me a lot of fantasy football championships because he was my kicker. Cairo Santos was. And the only reason, obviously, he's become a kicker that's been going from team to team, he was the kicker for the Chiefs. That's where he had his most success, was because he's dealt with a lot of injuries, groin injuries, and he was actually on the Bears. Believe it or not, he was on the Bears. He was on the Bears in 2017 briefly, played 2 games for us. I believe he went 1 for 2 on field goals, had a 54-yarder that he missed, I think, and went 2 for 2 on field goals, and then on extra points, and then he got cut, placed on injured reserve, and then cut. Yeah, I think I'm remembering that right, but he was on the Bears, and then after that, I mean, he was on a bunch of teams, Tampa, you name it. Like, there was a bunch of teams Cairo Santos has been on, and now he's back with the Bears, and they've signed him. Okay, he was in for a practice tryout, and they signed him, which tells me something is up with Eddie Pinheiro. Now, let's talk about Eddie Pinheiro. This is the guy I had picked to win the Bears kicking starting job. Okay, when he won it last year, I'm forgetting who he competed with. But point being, I literally picked Eddie Pinheiro, and I was rooting for him. But last year, 82% on field goals. And we all know he had a game-winning field goal against the Broncos. But then you give it and you take it away. He had a game-losing field goal against the Chargers, obviously meaning he missed what could have been the potential game-winning kick. So if you ask me, am I sold on Eddie Pinheiro? I'm not sold on him either. He's an average kicker, but again, he can get better. He's a very young guy. But here's the thing with the kicking position. I don't care if you're young or old, because you can kick until you're a damn near dinosaur, okay? And you got gray hair like Adam Vinatieri. So I don't care if you're young or old. Just be able to kick, okay? Because the last thing you want is another double doink, right? That's the last thing we want. Kicking should never be another reason for the Bears to lose again. I'd rather lose because of our offense, our defense, our special teams, but please Do not let us ever lose again because of a kick. So, point being is, no room for error. Got to be better. And when I take a look at Cairo Santos, like I said, Cairo Santos has been a good kicker. And in 2016, his best year, 31 for 35 for 80, which is good enough for 89% on field goals, and 36 for 39, 92% extra points. So this man's accurate. Again, he's just dealt with injury issues. Now, I will say this. Does this guarantee that he's going to be our kicker? No. I believe this is competition for Eddie Pinheiro. I believe he is coming in as competition for Eddie Pinheiro, and he is going to challenge him for the starting job. And here's the difference, though. I truly, truly believe Ramiz Ahmed, I didn't think he was actually going to be a strong competitor and take away the job. Cairo Santos, I think he can take away the job. I think Cairo Santos, if he proves it and he outkicks Eddie Pinheiro, I think he can take the job, and I think he can be our kicker. And here's another thing you might ask, Faiz, is why can't we keep both? Well, usually you don't want to waste a roster spot on having another kicker, so having two kickers, just not a good thing to do as a football team. So most likely it's going to be one kicker that makes the final 53-man roster, 55-man roster, whatever the heck it is this year, I feel like. But point being is, I definitely think Cairo Santos can challenge Eddie Pinheiro for that job. His only downside is he can't seem to stay healthy. He's got some injury issues. But, folks, I think right now he is the better kicker. Eddie Pinheiro might have more potential. I don't care about that when it comes to kickers, because I just need you to kick the damn ball and make it every single time. So let me know what you guys think. What do you guys feel like is the reason the Bears signed Cairo Santos? I think he's competition for Eddie Pinheiro. Okay, I don't think this is one of those things where they bring him in today and they cut him tomorrow, right? So I think he is legitimate competition. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree with this story. As always, thanks for watching.